All right, guys, welcome into another episode. Bret Sexton is back in the chat room.
Thanks for having me back.
We're going to try and react to the Oscars a little bit. Really not much to react to, Bret. I didn't have any big problems.
No, I was a little apprehensive going in, like with the no host and some of the categories, but I think it worked out fine having no host.
I mean, it couldn't get much worse.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue, like, I'd be fine with it every year because the host a lot of the times just gets up there and does like a 10-minute monologue, cracks some like, seems like forced jokes, like tries to get the audience involved. Most people don't look like they really care at all. So I'm fine with them just jumping right into the awards. And I'm also happy like they kept like cinematography and editing into the show and not to the commercials. So all in all, I wasn't too bothered by it. I enjoyed it. A little slow.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Tina Fey's group was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue they might have been the hosts. Like, they probably had the best, like, on-stage little banter back and forth.
Yeah. And McCarthy, she was pretty good. And whoever she came on with, I don't know that guy's name.
Yeah, they had a funny little bit. I don't know about the amount of songs or the musical numbers.
I was going to say.
Quite a few. Like, I don't know if the Buster Scruggs song really needed its own moment. The Stars Born song you knew was going to happen because they were just, like, letting everyone know they're going to win Best Song. Like, just making sure everyone at home knew. But other than, like, constantly being interrupted by a musical number, it didn't seem too bad.
What'd you think of the look Gaga and Cooper gave each other?
What'd
you make of that?
I was surprised he didn't, like...
That was a look of love.
Cut directly to his wife. And just get, like a close-up on her.
That was a look of love.
She went on Fallon or Kimmel or one of those talk shows and talked about it. She was like, no, it's acting. We've got to sell the love story. And I
read that on a Hollywood Reporter.
I was like,
she was like, that's what we wanted you to see.
It's like, yeah, well, you did a good job selling it because everyone in America thought you were going to just go at it.
I was expecting a make-out session.
Oh, yeah, I was too.
I mean, she looked at him intensely. And he just kind of had that wise-ass smile on his face. Like, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you really want to sell it, that's the way to do it, I guess, is look like you're in love because they were right up in each other.
Green Book wins Best Picture.
What do you think about that? You think it...
I mean...
I heard a little bit of backlash about it. Like, some people calling it like a whitewashed winner instead of like Black Klansman or something. Because it hadn't had... Like, everything was, like, okay. Like, it all works out every time like that. Like, it was kind of, like, the perfect reality. So, it was kind of interesting.
I know you wanted Black Klansman to win.
Yeah. I was a big fan of that. There's a lot of cool moments in it, especially some of the cinematography. That was really cool in that movie. But I wasn't, like, mad. The Green Book won. I was like, all right, it was in my, like, top few, yeah.
I mean, I don't remember what I picked. I think I picked A Star Is Born.
Yeah, you were not alone.
But I'm kind of glad that didn't win.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really glad Black Panther didn't win.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said last time, we're happy superhero movies nominated, but it was the wrong one.
Yeah, it was really good. Like, Black Panther was a great movie. Like, it was amazing. But yeah, I just think it was the best picture of the entire year is the only thing. Roma, really, I thought it was good, but it really
was the big winner.
It came out with so many awards.
You were on top of that last time.
Yeah, like even categories that I was like, oh, it's a shoe-in for the, like, just Roma came up there and just knocked it out of the park.
I mean, yeah, Alfonso Cuarón won Best Director. Best Foreign Language Film, that was probably a shoe-in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a big winner of the night, no question about it.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with how much it came away with.
Best Actor, Rami Malek.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I thought he did a really good job. I mean, he looked and sounded just like him. I think it was really well-deserved. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
I think it's huge for him. I mean, it's only going to catapult him further into bigger roles and bigger films. So I'm excited for him.
And then Olivia Colman, Best Actress. That was kind of a surprise.
Yeah, I liked her speech.
Yeah, that was funny.
Hers was a really genuine. It wasn't like...
Yeah.
I mean, like the studio, like, she generally looked like she didn't expect she was going to win. Like, she was very flustered. So, I mean, I enjoyed that. I liked that her seemed super genuine and, like, a real honest person. Like, thank you so much for, like, voting for this or, like, picking my film. Like, I enjoyed hers.
From everything I read, it sounded like Glenn Close was supposed to win. but
she was
Coleman was like the dark horse.
She was probably the other front runner, I would say.
Yeah.
Glenn.
I mean, it would just be like if she won, it would just be like a career achievement award.
Yeah.
Like she's been snubbed a couple times.
Yeah, but she's pretty respected. She's been.
Yeah.
She's a veteran, so.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest problem was Infinity War getting snubbed. Well, not snubbed.
Yeah, because
I thought best visual effects.
There were a lot of good movies. Like when you look at that category for visual effects,
it was tough.
That was a really close category. I don't think First Man was the best choice for that. Like if Ready Player One would have won, I'd have been like, I understand. Like that movie looked so beautiful, and there's so many films where the CGI looks trash, like Venom.
Yes. Yeah.
Like there's movies where you have like that where the CGI is just corny, looks bad. Like Ready Player One, everything was phenomenal. Like that was a gorgeous looking film.
What was the matter with Venom?
That ending fight where just two blobs of mass were just throwing themselves at each other.
It wasn't good.
That was like the smallest problem with that film, but not the good show. And it was solo too. Star Wars, it's hard for them not to look like a beautiful film.
Yep.
Like everything in the space, on the planet is so unique. Like if either one of those two would have won, I'd have been fine. If Infinity War would have won, I'd have been like, hell yes, like much deserved.
Yeah, I was a little biased, but
yeah, I feel like First Man was like my last. Even after Christopher Robin, I probably would have picked First Man.
Yeah.
So I mean, but I don't know. That's like our very biased Marvel love coming in. Like, obviously we want anything.
Just wanted to see our boy win.
Yeah,
that's
like
all.
In all the other categories, I was rooting for Black Panther.
Yeah,
like design everything. Like I was always rooting for Marvel films because anytime a comic book film has a chance to get more recognition and to prove that it's not just like a silly movie, like a superhero stuff, like I'm all for it.
Just like Logan last year.
I love all the exposure that they get. Even if they're nominated and they don't win, that exposure does so much for that genre of film.
It really does. Speaking of Marvel, why don't we move on to Captain Marvel? Comes out next week.
Yeah.
It snuck up on us a little bit.
Yeah, how excited are you for it? Because I feel like...
I just feel like it's just one of those things like you have to go.
Yeah,
it's just an obligation.
There's obviously not the same hype that Endgame is going to have. Where
no.
Like people are running people over to get to the theater.
Yeah.
But I think everyone's like, I'm going to see it because it's expected to be just a good Marvel film.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're going to get what you expect.
And it's the key to Endgame, supposedly.
Yeah, what they're hinting at. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see a young Nick Fury and some of the 90s stuff would be interesting. But
Two-eyed Nick Fury.
Yeah. But yeah, anything with the MCU. What they hint to, like how much was it going on back in the 90s when it takes place, and then especially the ending. Like, how are they going to lead that into Endgame?
Yeah.
Like, how are they going to show her character, like, transitioning into the same kind of space as the rest of the cast?
I mean, I know we've just seen trailers, but I think Brie Larson's a good choice. I think she's a pretty good choice for this.
Yeah.
Carol Danvers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, we've only seen trailers, but I have no quarrel with anything I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, she looks like a perfect fit. I'm excited. I believe in her. I think she's going to do a fine job in that role.
Jude Law as a Marvel.
Yeah, I don't know.
Marvel's going to die, by the way. He's going to die in this movie.
I think that might be the weakest point of the film is the villain. Because the villain obviously is not supposed to be a big, long-standing one. They're going to get defeated because the whole point is getting her to Endgame.
Yeah.
So I don't see the severity of the villain being that large in the back of the minds of the viewer. So I think that'll be like the weak point is how compelling the villain is or like the evil force's mission is.
Yeah.
Like, are they just like, we're bad, so we're going to do bad stuff to the good guys, or are they... But I think it'll be fine. I think other than that, I think it'll be just another great Marvel film. Like, you'll get exactly what you pay for.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone should be really let down.
Will it make $1 billion? I'm leaning towards no.
No. But it's funny how that's almost like, oh, it's a failure then.
Yeah.
But like, I can still easily see it making like $750 million.
That's a good,
$800 million.
Yeah.
But like, that's the mark for Marvel. It's like $1 billion.
Yeah.
Like, they're so good. Like when Black Panther came out, it's like the question wasn't like, is it going to be good? It was like, is it going to make $2 billion?
Yeah.
Like that's the mark for Marvel now. The bar is so high because their track record is just phenomenal.
That's always the thing, like Marvel versus DC. When you go to a Marvel movie, it's like how good is this going to be?
Yeah.
When
It's
you go
never,
to a
is it
DC
going to
movie.
be bad?
Yeah. When you go to a DC movie, it's like, is this going to be good?
Please, God, don't let it be trash. That's like...
But I like the Skrulls make an appearance.
Yeah, because their only other appearance has been TV, right? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of.
I believe so. I haven't watched that show, but...
yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces, but I think that's been their only other reference besides the comic books themselves. The only other mainstream media has been that, and I think that's cool to bring in another villain to the audience to get immersed.
And obviously Ronan's back.
Yeah.
Phil's back.
Yeah, Phil's back. It'd be cool to see Ronan. I enjoyed his character in Guardians.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I don't think he was as cool as the comic book version, but I think they did a fine job with his role with Thanos and all that. So it'd be kind of cool to see how he acts in this film. You know, how much of a tyrant he really is compared to Guardians.
I mean, I really think all this is, it's just like, you have to see it.
Yeah. It's just a hype train.
Yeah.
It's just to like, and it's not like disrespect to Captain Marvel, like, oh, it's just to hold you over to like, to Endgame, but it's great. It's like more Marvel content leading up to the massive explosion that's going to be Endgame.
So I think this is the first Marvel movie since Ant-Man and the Wasp. Does that sound right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. And I think it'd be a little bigger scale than the Ant-Man movies have been, but kind of similar, where it's its own little thing, but this will have more of a tie-in because she's supposed to be a more integral part to Infinity War.
Yeah.
But it'll still, I think, have its own. Like, where Ant-Man sometimes, especially the first one, is very much like a standalone film almost.
Yeah. Really low stakes.
Its origin, yeah, like it's... Which is refreshing, because you get that thing with superhero movies where it's like, every single time, it's the fate of the universe, and it's like, how many times can the universe be destroyed, or like...
Yep.
How many times can they rebuild New York City? Or... So it's kind of refreshing to get, like, only this part of the country or the city is in danger. It's refreshing to have, like, not the entire balance of the universe.
Yeah.
Is, you know... So that's kind of... I like that. It's a little change of pace.
Yeah, I think it'll be low stakes. Not as low as Ant-Man, but...
Yeah.
Because Ant-Man, those are pretty low stakes. I mean...
Yeah.
Well, like, in the second movie, he was... It was like if he didn't make it home in time, he was going to go back under house arrest.
Yeah.
Something like that. Nothing like...
Which was fun. It was just a fun...
Yeah.
Like, break.
Yeah.
From the severity of the main line of the MCU.
Do you have any bold predictions for Captain Marvel? Like, I got one, but I want to hear if you got one.
What's yours?
I think we might see a Thanos cameo.
You think so? I
like
mean,
Ronan meets with Thanos.
That's true. I wonder what they're gonna do with Ronan. Like, what is his involvement? But the Thanos thing, that could be the tie-in.
Yeah.
Because I think that's important. It's like, what do they use or show to bring her in? I'm like, I hope it doesn't just like end and it's like her contained story.
Yeah.
And then in Endgame, she just flies in. Like, so that'd be interesting. Does Nick Fury lose his eye in this movie?
Yes.
Is it, or does it happen sometime in the space between the two movies, or does it show it? I'm down. I'm down to see his eye go.
Me too.
I'd like to see it.
I hope he shows it.
Yeah, I'd like to see what happened to him.
I want to see it. I want to see his eye get gouged out.
And I want to see how he acts too, because from the trailer, he seems a lot more caring. Like, part with the cat, like, obviously it's a snippet, but like, he seems a lot more emotional and like less stern and reserved as he has in like the other Avengers films.
I think
so
we're gonna
cool
see...
to see like a different side.
Yeah, it will. Anytime we see him, he's just this hard ass.
Yeah.
You know, just ordering people around.
Yeah. Perfect Sam Jackson role.
In Age of Ultron, he's hiding out in Hawkeye's barn. What was I gonna say? I think we're gonna see how Ronan becomes radicalized. Like, we're gonna see
how he's kind of corrupted.
How he becomes this like rebel kind of guy, like he was in Guardians.
Yeah, like it could be like his departure from Thanos a little bit, like something he does to Ronan or says to him that like in the back of his mind's like, all right, I'm no longer 100% loyal to you or like right by your side. He's like, I'm going to become the strongest in the universe. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff they could throw in there. A lot of like subplots along the main story that could be really fun.
So, you don't have any bold predictions for the movie?
Nothing too crazy. You know, like yours is like a cool cameo, but I don't think there's going to be anything like groundbreaking.
No.
So I'm just ready to be impressed. Like I just can't wait to get back in and see Marvel do what they do.
It's been
a minute.
It's been last July, I think.
Yeah.
But
because they're just like, give us some time. We're about to deliver you a possible 3+ hour film.
Yeah, with an intermission.
Possibly. I would love that. Like a play. Like everyone just stands out in the lobby.
Yeah.
Chatting about the first half. Like, oh my god, that's amazing. I can't wait to see what happens next.
We'll save Endgame for another episode.
Yeah, I don't want to get
we can go all in.
Too far ahead, yeah.
But going back to Marvel, Jude Law's character.
Yeah.
He's gonna die.
Yeah.
But like in the books, Marvel died of cancer.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen here. He's not gonna go out.
But he'll be like training her, being her best friend, and then obviously he's like, oh, he's actually not so good, and like,
yeah,
it'd be that kind of typical arc.
Something like that.
But yeah, I think he dies.
Let's move on to some sports here.
Oh yeah, change up a little bit.
This one will be fun for you. It won't be so fun for me. Trying to rank NBA players from IU and Kentucky. So I was trying to rank my top 10 IU players from Kentucky. And just a little disclaimer here. One of my IU players is not in the NBA yet. The other two are in the G League. So I'm going to let Brett go first.
And from my side, there are, I think, 29 current Kentucky players in the NBA.
Brett's the big Kentucky fan.
It's hard. It's hard living here in good old Indiana, man. You get a lot of trash talk to you, man. Anytime, especially back years ago, man. Anytime something happened to Kentucky, I'd hear all about it. Oh, people just love to throw it in my face, but it's great. I love seeing so many of these great players go into the NBA and continue to dominate.
It's really a factory.
It is.
Calipari has a factory.
He does. It's so impressive.
I want to ask you about Calipari. I think outside of Kentucky, not a lot of people like him. You know, I'm not a fan. I think he's a good coach, but I'm just not a fan of the way he does things. What do you think his legacy is at Kentucky? Like, what do you think when he calls it quits? What's his legacy gonna be?
Possibly, maybe like the second best coach in the history of Kentucky.
Behind Rupp.
He has to win more to pass Rupp. Maybe not win like 4 more championships, but I think he has to win like at least 1, maybe 2 more, and keep this going to pass Rupp. But he's been the best in recent memory. Like
Tubby Smith.
Tubby Smith, first couple of seasons was great. He won championship, and then it just petered out.
Yeah.
Gillespie, a couple good years there. Patino for a while. I mean,
yeah.
Then he did the ultimate sin and was like, I'm going to Louisville. And then it comes out that he's hiring strippers. So it all works out in the end for us. But not to get too off track, back to the players.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was almost hard to pick.
It was for me to rank the Kentucky players. Go ahead and give your top 10, I guess. Top 10 current UK players in the NBA.
Top 10. I don't want to put them in any particular order because it's too tough, but
it's fine.
You got to go with Anthony Davis, obviously. He might be the best, I think, right now.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns, DeMarcus Cousins. Those are just some of the most dominant big men. Devin Booker had a little bit of injury this season, but he's just a lights-out shooter.
Yeah.
John Wall, he's a true point guard. Like, doesn't score near as much as some other point guards, but he's such a court leader. Julius Randle, who's been showing out at the Pelicans.
Dude, did you get a chance to watch Lakers Pelicans?
Yeah.
Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah, and I thought it was great because I feel like they were just like regretting the decision the entire game. I mean, granted, he was injured.
Yeah.
Like immediately when it got to the Lakers, so they felt like trading him, but he is definitely making them regret that decision now.
Because Luke Walton was just sitting on the bench watching Randall shred them, and he was just like, "What could have been?"
He's like, "Wait, we have LeBron. What's going on?"
Who else you got?
De'Aaron Fox,
Yes.
Willie Cauley-Stein.
Love De'Aaron Fox.
He's shown out on a Kings roster that is not giving him the most help. So he's just...
I think they're going to sneak in the playoffs, though. They're hanging around.
They could.
They're hanging around.
They're definitely on the bubble. They would definitely be a close call. Depends how strong they finish the season.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm at now. Enes Kanter, I think, is a good big man. Jamal Murray has improved a lot.
Yes.
He was kind of stagnant there for a little while, but I think he's definitely improved his game a lot.
Yeah. Did you say Cauley-Stein?
Yeah.
Okay.
Willie's in there.
He used to be a scrub, and now he's like legit.
Yeah. He very much was like a six-man bench player coming in, but he's really stepped it up. That's probably 10. We can talk about some more in a minute, but
yeah,
we'll go to some of the IU.
Oh God.
Some of the IU.
This was fun for about 5 minutes.
Then you realize, wait.
All right, so number 1, no contest, Victor.
Yeah,
Victor Oladipo, no contest. Number 2, really no contest either. Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, he's a solid player. He's very consistent.
That's when I first remember watching IU basketball. It was him and DJ White.
Yeah.
Just balling out, and then Calvin Sampson wrecking the program. That's what I remember. My first memories of IU basketball. Number 3, OG Anunoby. I wanted the Pacers to draft this guy, and we picked TJ Leaf instead.
Dude, the Pacers love it. They're like, is there a white guy available from the Pac-12? Yes. Let's get him to Indiana. Let's get him here.
It's like when they picked Hansbrough, Tyler Hansbrough.
They do. They love their like.
They love the big white guys that aren't gonna do
they
shit
love
in
like
the NBA.
their small forward, power forward white dude. Like, I don't know what it is, but they think that they're like, this is what's gonna change us around. This is what makes us a number 1 seed in the East.
Because I remember watching that draft. I think it was like the 09 draft. The 09 draft.
Pacers come up.
Like,
all right, this is our chance.
There's like some solid players on the board, and they're like, and everybody in the world can see that Tyler Hansbrough is not going to be a good NBA player.
Yeah.
Except Larry Bird. Larry Bird was like,
there's something about him.
This guy, I like
you
him.
You watch him in North Carolina. He was aggressive and
he's a beast.
He was hustled, but he didn't have an NBA body.
No.
He wasn't like dominating like physically to other players. Didn't have like a jump shot that was like very consistent. Could not pull out to 3 if he had to.
No.
Like in the current state of the NBA, like if you're a big man, you can't just be a bit like Blake Griffin used to just be like, I'm gonna dunk every time I touch the basketball.
Yeah.
And now even he's stepping out, taking 17, 18 footers, stepping out, hitting threes. Tyler Hansbrough, just not a part of his game plan.
That was never gonna be a part of his game.
He's like, I'll level with you, Larry. I'm gonna shoot from about 4 to 5 feet from the basket. And that's all I got.
I'm gonna be a hassle.
I'm gonna cause you a lot of problems.
Yeah. Number 4 got Yogi Ferrell. Backup for De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, unless he leaves, I don't think he's starting anytime soon.
No, God, no. This is where it starts to get dark. All right. Number 5.
The next are a couple All-Stars coming up.
Number 5, Cody Zeller. I mean, dude is good in college, but hasn't really caught on in the NBA. It just hasn't caught on yet.
No.
Number 6, Thomas Bryant. A guy who I didn't even think was going to make it to the NBA.
Proved you wrong.
And he did. And he shredded the Pacers when we played him, you know. Number 7, Noah Vonleh. The definition of leaving school too early. Should have stayed. The number 8, repping the G League, Troy Williams. Number 9, repping the G League, Christian Watford.
Oh God, dude. If Watford stays in the G League for the rest of his career,
You'll be happy.
I'll be a happy man. Because I will never forget that shot he hit on Kentucky, because I don't think a single person walked past me without reminding me that Christian Watford hit that shot at the end of that game.
Yeah, we can play it right now if you want.
I'd rather not.
We can play it.
I think I saw it every day for a year.
I think we might play it later.
People would just like send me a message. It'd just be a link to a YouTube clip of Christian Watford hitting 3. And I would tell those people, it's like, but then we beat you later on and won the championship. And they'd be like, duh, it doesn't matter.
Killed us in the tournament.
Oh, yeah. We scored like 100 points in that game. Then we won it all. But they still, man, are like, that Watford shot, I'll tell you, man, I'll never forget it.
And then number 10, a player who's not even in the NBA yet, Romeo Langford.
What's that tell you? That the 10th guy is not even in the NBA.
I have to be honest. It's looking pretty dark right now for IU. Yeah. And I have to say...
Are you guys still 500? Or did you guys drop below? Because you just won.
Well, let me look.
Did it bump you back up?
Let me look.
16? Like 16, 15 or something like
I mean, what are you guys, like 5th?
4th, I think. Rocking a nice 1 seed in the tournament after the season ended right now.
Hey, Tennessee's coming for you guys.
Yeah, we beat them the first time.
In the SEC.
But we got to play them again at Tennessee, and they're going to be hungry, so that's going to be tough.
I use 14 and 14.
All right, 500.
11th in the Big Ten.
So what happens to Archie if you don't make the NIT? Do you think he's gone?
No, I think he's done too good with recruiting to let him go.
But where do you draw the line of being a good recruiter and then just throwing it in the trash? Because think about Romeo Langford. He is just throwing him in the trash can.
Basically.
Like, that poor kid.
I mean, it was kind of the opposite problem with Tom Crean. Couldn't really recruit.
But he had these great players.
But he would find these like diamonds in the rough, like Oladipo.
Yeah.
And then he would put together a really good team some years, and they would get to like the Sweet 16. But once they got there, you knew it was done. You knew you weren't getting any farther.
It was the end of the line.
But I have to say, I miss Tom Crean. I never thought I'd say it. I miss that guy.
Yeah, you miss like at least making the tournament.
Yeah, at least being in there. At least being there.
Having a fighting chance. Because you never know. Like, as soon as you get to March, you could be, like, or we just saw last year, a 16 seed. Basketball completely changes once you get to March. So, I mean, just making the tournament's huge. Like, you never know what could happen. But, yeah, now, like, maybe, like, you're fighting to make the NIT now. It's like,
it's dark.
Archie's got to be nervous because he has maybe another year left. But, like, next year, you 15-15, you don't make the NIT. I don't know what's keeping you there.
I mean, if he can get Keon Brooks to come with Trace Jackson-Davis.
That's a good start.
I mean, and if he can somehow convince Romeo to stay, which is the odds of that are slim to none.
Yeah.
But if he can get Keon to come, I think he buys himself like another year.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
I don't think he's on the hot seat yet.
I think next year he has to just make the tournament.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a 12 seed.
That's a given. You have to make it.
I don't care if you're a 12 seed. Even making the NIT, I don't know if that's good enough. Because you're like, for the players, think about it. Like, how motivated are you as like a Big Ten team, like a pretty big college, like in the CBI?
Yeah.
Think about like when Kentucky, like when we won in 2012.
It's embarrassing.
Next year we go to the NIT.
Lose.
And we lose because
Nerlens. Because
our team was like, oh, we don't deserve to be here. We're too good. Where Robert Morrison was like, we're ready to play. Like, this is for us. So it's like your motivation for your players is not where it needs to be when you're in the NIT or the CBI.
I mean, I don't think he's on the hot seat yet. I think he's done too well with recruiting.
No, he's definitely worried.
He's looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, he's definitely like, I need to turn something around because 15-15 is not cutting it.
Have you seen what's going on with his brother in Arizona? The feds. Because his brother is the coach in Arizona.
Yeah.
The feds are up his ass.
Yeah, I remember seeing that now.
I mean, let me pull this up. Sean Miller at Arizona. The feds are up his ass, Brett. They are knocking his door down. Like, it doesn't look good for Sean Miller.
Well, it's like...
I mean, it doesn't look good.
Who was it? Who was the big guy they had last year?
He got subpoenaed. I mean, Jesus.
Oh, boy.
It's not good.
Not looking good for the Miller family.
No.
But you're talking about, like, keeping, like, Romeo to stay. That's tough about college basketball because, like, guys are really good, and it's like, UK is like the one-and-done thing. If we get these great players, but they're so good, it's like, what's keeping them to stay at Kentucky? Like, as a UK fan, you're like, yeah, let's get into the championship. But you got the 19, 20-year-old who's like, in the back of his head, he's like, I could stay or I could leave, get picked top 5, guaranteed $1 million contract. It's like, there's not a lot pulling him back. Like another guy, current NBA player, just came back, Terrence Jones.
Yeah.
Came from the Rockets, came to see him play. He was a huge part of that 2012
Sure was.
championship. He could have left. I don't think he would have done very well if he would have went to the draft that year. But coming back, it's like you love to see him, but it's hard. Like seeing these players, like you want them to do so well for your like college team, but you also want them to go to the NBA and do well there. So it's interesting that the kind of the one and done culture that college basketball is in.
It's really all it is now.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think we're gonna have college basketball? Like, do you think we're gonna have it, right?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Like it ever changes?
Like, I think the NBA is looking into having high school guys just go straight to the G League.
Yeah, because for some guys, they definitely need that 1 year in college.
Yeah, but like Zion,
or like
could he have just gone straight to the pros?
at least to the G League.
Yeah,
at least to get the conditioning and the strength training of an NBA caliber athlete, but like Anthony Davis,
right?
Like LeBron high school, but like some of these other guys, like Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
he needed to go to Texas for a year. Like if he would have went to the G League and just got the NBA training.
Blake Griffin.
Yeah, I don't know. They were talking about probably never, but like that rule, like making them stay 2 years possibly, like in the works. I don't know if that would ever
forget that.
Go through. Yeah, but it's like
happening.
yeah, it's like, do they demand that year? Like because baseball is just in like the league of their own, the way they handle stuff. Like you can just sign to
baseball's weird.
You can just sign to a pro team in high school. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. No caps, like
no.
But yeah,
all
I
guaranteed
don't
money.
I really wonder what that would do to college basketball. Because if the top players went directly to the G League, would you see a more competitive college basketball? Like because the very top, like the top best recruiting class players like of that year most likely go to the G League. Some of them might stay, might be advised better than to go to college, but you'd see a lot middle of the pack guys, lower pack guys move up a little bit and get those scholarships to those bigger schools. So you might see a more competitive version of college basketball in that regard. Like you wouldn't have this Duke team, like this year's Duke team, because those three guys would have been G League guys.
Yeah.
So was Duke the same? Like you see what I'm saying? It's like there could be a more competitive version of college basketball if they implement that rule.
I think I've always thought that if you're good enough out of high school and you're 18, and you want to go to the draft, you should be able to.
Like there are other rare cases like a LeBron or Kobe Bryant where it's like
or Kevin Garnett,
where they're just like these guys are head and shoulders above any kid in the country.
Yeah.
Like way, like watching old LeBron highlights or Kobe Bryant highlights in high school, you're like, good God.
Yeah.
Like this kid is clearly leagues above everyone that he's playing against.
It's like, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
With college.
Yeah, especially too like
risking injury. There's no point.
Like Calipari's process, like people hate on him for the whole one and done culture, but he looks at it as like for these kids, like some of these kids that aren't from the best like areas or from the best families reports, like he advises a lot of them if they've got the shot to go to the draft, because that changes their life and their family's life. So like some of these high school kids, like if they had that option to go straight to the NBA, like you get hurt in college and it ruins your career, like a Greg Oden.
Yeah.
Like, what if he got hurt in college? Like, thank God he got that NBA contract and he made all that money and he got injured.
Yep.
Because it could have been a whole different story that he never got to the NBA, never makes that money. But there's always that factor of, like, taking that risk because you never know what kind of injury could happen or you need to just take that chance in the NBA.
I mean, I remember watching that Calipari 30 for 30. And I forget who he was talking to or who he was talking about. One of his Kentucky guys. And the guy was like, I think I'm going to come back, coach. I think I'm going to come back one more year. And he was like, no.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to.
No.
He's like, I think he said, like, I'm going to rip up your scholarship or something like that. He's like, I'm not going to let you come back. Because like, there's certain players he just knows, like, they might not be like a top 5 pick, but it's like their draft stock's pretty high this year. It's like, I don't want to be responsible for, like, you getting hurt here and ruining that opportunity for you. So sometimes for some guys, he's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, go to the NBA. I'm not letting you come back for.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day about coaches. Like, coaches that have been where they are forever. Like, Coach K at Duke, Boeheim at Syracuse, I guess Cal at Kentucky now.
Yeah.
Do you think...
North Carolina.
Yeah. Roy Williams.
Yeah, Roy Williams.
Do you think, like, when Coach K retires, Duke is... They're not going to be as good. There's no way. Or do you think they're going to suck? when Coach K retires?
I think they'll have a couple years that he retires where they're still pretty top caliber, but then you'll slowly see the impact he had.
Only reason I say that is because, for the most part, IU has sucked since Bob Knight got fired.
Yeah, because there's certain prestige. Love him or hate him. I'm not a big fan of Coach K, but love him or hate him. There's a prestige for those kids that are going to Duke or a Calipari or Roy Williams for the kind of players they produce.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of gravitated towards those programs. So yeah, I think you'll see a few years after they might be okay, but then you'll see like the impact that he had and the way that he ran that program. You'll see it. Maybe they're not consistently in the top 5, or they're not consistently a 1-2 seed in the tournament. Maybe they drop down a little bit. Maybe they're like a 9 seed one year. Like I think you'll slowly see that progression for like a team like that.
Because Duke, if I'm not mistaken, they weren't what they are before Coach K got there. Not even close.
Yeah, it definitely elevated them.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like when he's done, are they just done? Are they done being Duke? Or are they gonna hang around?
Who do they find to replace him too? That'd be interesting. Yeah, I think that comes in the.
It's like IU's still trying to replace Bob Knight.
Yeah.
20 years later, you're still trying to replace him. Haven't found a good one yet.
No.
It's like
I think that's what hurts IU fans the most, especially older IU fans who were through that era. It's like in their memory, knowing what was or what the program was, and then looking at your 15-15 team, like you're not selling out your home games anymore. Like people just aren't motivated to show up. I don't blame them. It's like, why do you want to go to like that? That Purdue IU game was one of the worst games of the year to watch.
How many games do you give up only 48 points and lose? Lose.
Like if you tell me how that story goes, like IU played Purdue and Purdue only got 48 points, I go, oh damn! Like then you tell me IU lost, like
yeah, like if you went up to Archie before the game and be like, hey, you're only gonna give up 48 tonight.
He's like,
great, like, great, it's a good win for us.
Yeah,
it's like, but you lose.
We average like 60, 65 points a game. It's like, but you lose. Like how? Like that was. I watched most of that first half, and that was the slowest, just most unfun game of basketball you could have watched. And just the ending of Harm's uncontested tipping. Like just everyone just looking up at the basket in awe.
Dude, it was like the opposite of the ending of the Arkansas game earlier this year.
Yeah.
Because I think it was Deron Davis. All Deron Davis has to do is dunk the ball, and IU wins. And he's like, tries to tip it in. Tries to like volley it in. I'm just like, you son of a... Just dunk it. You're 7 feet. I'm pretty sure it's 7 feet. Just dunk it.
Yeah.
I mean, damn it. I went ahead and ranked the Kentucky players.
Oh, yeah.
Get my top 10. See what you think. Number 1, AD.
Given.
Yeah.
Just given.
Number 2, I had Cat.
Yeah.
He's been solid ever since he came in.
Yeah, he's so consistent.
Number 3, I had Boogie.
Mm.
I know he's still working his way back from the injury, but
yeah, he's was it 15? Less than 20 games he's played.
Yeah, I think season. You said 15 games.
Yeah, 15 games. I mean,
and plus he's on the Warriors, so he's not gonna get.
It isn't like he has to carry the Kings, you know.
He's not gonna get as many touches as he did in Sacktown. No. Number 4, I got Booker. Because I just think the guy scored 70 points in a game. And how about this? The Pacers could have drafted him. We picked Miles Turner. I mean, I like Miles.
You could do if you wanted to, you could do a whole podcast of what could have been Pacer rosters.
Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, yeah, you could literally sit here for an hour and a half and just talk about rosters that could have been if we were smart draft night.
I mean, it's just the shadow of Larry Bird. It's not a coincidence. Ever since Larry Bird left, other than the TJ Leaf pick, the Pacers have made great moves.
Yeah.
You know? Number 5, I got De'Aaron Fox. I love that guy. Yeah, I think he's going to be so good. He's a great
player.
I think the Kings are going to be really good in the next
couple
years.
He's a great player to build around. He's a good, a good leader. He's got great court vision.
You remember that UCLA game? He just shut down.
Oh, my God. Just shut up, Lonzo Ball. I was so happy watching that game.
Didn't shut up LeVar, though.
No. That's what's funny. It was like LeVar Ball was talking about, like, he's going to be better than Steph. And I was like, he's not better than De'Aaron Fox. Talking about better than Steph Curry. He got his ass beat by De'Aaron Fox all game.
Number 6, Might be a little high in your opinion, but I got Jamal Murray.
At current state, I think that's fair. I think you look like back last season, he's definitely not as standout as he is now. He's definitely turned it up this year.
Yeah, I mean, the Nuggets, they were the number 1 seed in the West going into last night, but they lost, so they might be second now.
Yeah.
But they're
good. 18 points per game, almost 5 assists a game. I mean, can't ask much more.
Solid. Number 7, I got John Wall. I just feel like 2 years ago, John Wall, he was so good. And then it just feels like he's taken a step back. I know he's had some injuries. But
I don't know if he's just, like, unmotivated with the Wizards.
Well, the Wizards are trash.
Yeah, I don't know how long he'll left in his contract, but if he wants to leave, maybe it's like a AD thing where it's not, like, public.
Why don't you let me pull up this contract? You are going to...
I know it's a huge contract.
It hasn't even kicked in yet.
Oh,
it
yeah.
kicks in
you told
year.
me about that.
Yeah. It is so bad. It is, I mean, good for him.
Yeah. But who knows? Like, maybe it's like an AD thing. Maybe he like slowly leaks out soon. He's like, I don't really want to be with the Warriors. Or, I mean, with the Wizards.
4 years, $170 million.
I mean, he's almost, next year he'll be in the NBA for 10 years. Which doesn't feel like he's been in here that long.
Can't believe that.
I know, but, maybe it is injury. Maybe it's a little bit of age. He's slowing down a little bit, but yeah, it's like obviously biased. Like I love John Wall so much, but yeah, I definitely agree that he has slowed down. I mean, at least in the past year, 2 years, he's definitely slowed down. Like he used to be like, hands down, I'd say, he's the quickest player in the NBA.
If you look at his stats, 2 years ago, his best year in the league, he averaged 23 points, almost 11 assists, and 2 steals. And he played 78 games. Yeah. So he only missed 4 games. He's playing 36 minutes. I mean, that's... But then the next year, he only plays half the season, 41 games.
I think he's only played like 30 games this season.
Yeah, he's out for the year.
Yeah. He only got in like 30...
And he was having
30 games?
Yeah, 32 games. He was having a decent year. 20 points, about 9 assists, but I just feel like he's taking a step back.
Yeah.
Like when the
injuries, man, that's LeBron.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time he's like a chink in his armor.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. It's his 16th year.
And he's like the only NBA player you could say he's gotten consistently better every year in the NBA. He hasn't gone down. He's only gotten better. And this is a pretty significant injury that you're kind of seeing signs of him slowing down a little bit or becoming like a little bit human. You see all those jokes about like his defense recently of just like standing around and complaining.
Yeah. Well, it's somebody else's fault.
Yeah. It's like, I'm LeBron James. It's not up to me.
But I remember, believe it or not, the last time the Pacers won a playoff series, it was against the Wizards in 2014. And John Wall just balled out in that series. And I remember thinking, like, wow, this guy's going to be good. Wizards are going to be good for a while. And
they never really built much around him. Like,
no, besides Beal.
Like Marcin Gortat.
Yeah.
He's not a hugely dominant big man that I would want to build around with John Wall.
Otto Porter.
Yeah.
I mean, besides Beal.
Yeah, besides Beal, it's like a bunch of just, like, pretty average, pretty decent players.
Yeah, not good. Number 8, I got Randall, Julius Randle.
He's
just a beast.
Talking about balling out, he's showing out on the Pelicans. She's showing like, this is me when I'm not hurt or recovering.
Yeah,
like, this is what I can be for your team. You're like, oh wow, like because he's a big dude.
Because he kind of got screwed. If you remember his first year, his very first NBA game, he broke his leg.
Yeah, and
then he had a really good year last year, but the Lakers got rid of him because they're chasing LeBron.
It's like, well, he's almost 7 feet. He's like 250, 260 pounds. Like he's just all muscle. Like,
he was so good at
big
Kentucky.
Force. Oh yeah,
he was so good.
He was so dominant down low. But like, yeah, that's what he is. He's a huge force down low.
He was catching threes on Wednesday too. I was like, damn, this guy.
That's interesting. Like,
I think he had like 34 points or something.
The NBA now, man. Like to be a big man, it doesn't have required that you can be able to like, if you're open on the arc, you're expected to hit it now.
Look at Brook Lopez on the Bucks. Yeah. He has single-handedly extended his career because he's able to knock down threes.
It's weird how it was like years prior. It's like, oh, you're a big man, you stay inside the lane, that's your job. Now it's like the way the offense moves, you take your screens to the pick, you pop out to the three, you're open, you shoot it.
Yeah.
It's weird, like, demanding, like, so many NBA players can just move around positions. Like, you see so many, like, forwards playing as big men or, like, picking the ball point guard, like, doing everything. Like, every player is expected to be able to play 1 through 5 almost.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the IU guys, OG Anunoby, he can play 3 positions.
Yeah.
He can guard 4 positions.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you want that guy?
Like, how Victor can be point guard, shooting guard, small forward.
Yeah. Number 9, I got Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah.
He just signed an extension today.
Yeah, he's battled some injuries, but he's pretty consistent.
And then 10, I got Cantor.
Yeah.
And
It's
he's
crazy for me because he wasn't allowed to play in college, but, like,
Yeah.
seeing his potential. Like, he didn't play a game in college basketball, and I think he was top 10 in the draft that year,
Let me see here.
the 2011 year.
So he was picked by the Jazz,
Yeah.
and then he was on the Thunder.
He's on the Blazers now.
Yeah, he's on the Blazers now.
But I think he was top 10.
Number 3.
Yeah. Didn't play a game in college basketball. That just shows, like, what they saw in him, how good he was.
Let's see. Why wasn't he allowed to?
It was just like because he was overseas.
Oh, okay.
Transfer foreign players. They didn't allow him to play all year.
Yeah, here it is. NCAA declared him permanently ineligible
Yeah.
as a college athlete
So stupid.
because he received $33,000 from
Yeah, because he was
that
like
team he played
because
for.
overseas is so different with like their pro league stuff like that. Just being in the league, like no fault of his own. He was like, I'm playing basketball. They're paying me. I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
Because they come to college. It was so dumb. They banned him the whole year. So he just basically practiced and hung out on the bench for like 32 games.
I want to get your NBA take. I know what your answer is going to be, but anybody have a chance to beat Golden State this year? Like, anybody have... First off, do you think it's going to happen? I don't think it's going to happen.
I think they're going to get beat.
Yeah.
Probably not. I would love to see
I'd love to see them get beat.
The Rockets give them a run for their money again.
It'd be nice.
I don't care what ESPN says. The Lakers are not putting up a threat.
No. Not a chance.
Yeah, the NBA is going to move some pieces around, and they're getting in the playoffs most likely. Like
I think so.
They'll ban a team from the NBA and just let the Lakers get in, just for ratings' sake. To see LeBron and the Lakers in the West go to the playoffs, like
Yeah.
I think they'll just like say no to a team. They'll just say, nah, we're gonna let the Lakers take your spot.
The Clips.
Yeah. Hey, good luck. See you guys next year. But I don't know. It'd be kind of cool and weird to not see LeBron in the finals.
I'll have to disagree. I don't think he's going to make the playoffs. I don't think he's going to make it. I mean, I can see what you said happening.
Yeah.
But the NBA just shoves them in there.
Yeah. Right now, it doesn't look like they're going to.
No.
They're not playing like a playoff team in the slightest.
And I'm sick of people being like, wait till Alonzo gets back. It's like, what the hell are you talking about?
He's got LeBron right now.
Yeah.
They're not winning.
It's like, Lonzo... I kind of like Lonzo. I like the way he plays.
Yeah, I have no problems with
He's
Lonzo.
a hell of a passer.
Yeah, he's going to be like a true point guard.
Yeah. Obviously, his jump shot needs work.
Like maybe 10 points a game or something like that, but like 8, 9 assists a game.
But, I mean, yeah, he's a good defender. And he can switch, on defense.
But he's not carrying your team to the playoffs.
No.
But also, too, if they make it, they're an 8 seed, they've got to play Golden State first round.
Right.
What do you think's going to happen to them? I mean...
That's the thing. Like, is it even worth it?
Yeah, just to get slapped around for 4 straight games on national TV.
You can play for a better draft pick, I mean...
And there's that whole, like, tanking conversation of, like, if you know you're not going to do it...
It's too late to tank.
Why don't we just... I know, yeah. But, like... I mean, I hope the Rockets give them a run for their money again. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see the Thunder.
Yeah.
Much as it hurts to see Paul George succeed somewhere else, it'd be cool to see the Thunder give them a run for their money.
Russ and Steven Adams always give them a hard time.
Just to see like the look on Kevin Durant's face too. If they like get beat by the Thunder and he's like, damn, maybe I should have stayed.
Are you like me and think there's a chance KD goes back to the Thunder?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, who knows what would happen?
Who knows what's going on in his head?
Yeah. Who knows how mended they say he's mended his relationship with Russ, but who knows what the chemistry would be. It wouldn't be the same, obviously, as it was. It'd be different because now they're both so much better and so much bigger stars than they were when Russ used to be like his like supporting guy when they were there.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see him going back there.
Next year,
He's
though?
not. I don't know. He's not staying with the Warriors for much longer.
I
Maybe.
think he's gone after this year.
I think he has a max another year. Because you never know, like, trading, maybe like a team. Because obviously the Warriors are going to want a lot.
Right.
So you never know if they just say, no one gave us enough for Kevin Durant, which I don't blame him. Like, if I'm giving you Kevin Durant, you got to give me something substantial.
Because he keeps signing these. He did what LeBron did in Cleveland. He just keeps signing these one-year deals.
Yeah, which has to maybe piss off, like, GMs.
Yeah.
Because they know what that means is, like, he's just holding out and waiting for something good to come along.
Yeah.
He's not committing. Where it's like Steph's like, I'm going to bind my soul to your roster for the next millennium.
I mean, I'm not going to go too deep into the Knicks because they don't deserve it. They don't deserve that. But
they don't deserve Kevin Durant.
I will admit that it's a real possibility he goes to the Knicks. I think it'd be dumb as hell, but it's a possibility.
It all depends, like, too, like, draft stuff. Or, you know, like, the draft picks and, like, okay, we get KD, we make this move here. Like, maybe we've got some, like, big plan, yeah.
But I was thinking, like...
That'd be wild next season. Imagine that. It's, like, KD, Zion.
Like Kyrie or something.
And New York. And for the Knicks starting. That'd be an interesting team.
What a turnaround.
I'd like to see the Knicks be good. Like, it's a fun...
Not me.
Team to see be good. You don't want to see the Knicks ever be good.
No. These 20 years have been great. The Knicks just being ass. I love it.
I don't know, the Knicks are just like a staple of the NBA throughout their history that it's just strange that they've just been so garbage for so long.
It's just funny. Like, I was listening to the Bill Simmons podcast like a couple weeks ago, and he brought up a good point about the Knicks. He was like, the Knicks have been garbage for most of their existence. And I was like, well, wait a minute. And then he went into the facts about it. He was like, went back to the 60s when the Celtics were winning like
Celtics
11.
And the Lakers were just...
And the Knicks,
one of the two for decades.
The Knicks were good for like 5 years in the 70s. They were ass until Patrick Ewing. They were good throughout the 90s.
Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah. And they've been ass ever since. They made the finals in 99. Which, that was a lockout year. They only played 50 games. That was kind of a weird year.
Yeah.
But yeah, their best player since Patrick Ewing. I mean, I've gone into this on other pods. But their best player since Patrick Ewing was Porzingis. They traded him.
Gave him away.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you know what? We don't need him. We're going to start again.
They tried to build around Stephon Marbury. That didn't work. They tried to build around Melo. That didn't work.
God.
I mean,
Melo ruined himself. That's a whole nother topic, but he ruined himself there.
He was in it for the money.
He was.
He could have gone to a contender, but he re-signed with the Knicks.
I want to be traded. Melo, you signed a no-trade clause. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, Melo, you did this to yourself.
It's just funny because when I think, going back to KD, when I look back on KD's career, whenever it's over, I'm going to think of him in a Thunder jersey. I'm not going to think of him in a Warriors jersey.
Really?
Yeah. Because he was in a Thunder jersey for so long.
Yeah. I guess he's just been so dominant in the Warriors.
And I honestly think he was better on the Thunder. I think he was better. Obviously, the team on the Warriors is better.
I don't know, dude. That's tough.
He's better. He's been better in the playoffs on the Warriors.
Yeah, he's definitely done some dirty things in the playoffs.
Because you can give Kevin Durant all the flack you want for going to the Warriors.
You cannot deny.
You can't deny the fact that he won them those titles.
You cannot deny that he's one of the most unstoppable players because he can just pull up.
Yeah, I was telling you yesterday.
Yeah. His greatest move is just a pull-up jumper. He
has the most unstoppable move in basketball, and all it is a jump shot. Nobody can block it.
He's so long and so athletic.
So I remember in the West Finals last year when they were playing the Rockets, and for like 5 minutes it seemed like the Rockets were going to beat them.
And Kevin Durant was like, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me just stop that from happening.
Did you see like Trevor Ariza and PJ Tucker just trying to do anything they can to stop him? And all he has to do is just rise up.
Tucker the other night that was like hounding Kevin Durant on that one possession? Like,
it was.
Trying to get revenge. It was just like playing the most intense defense I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Trying to get revenge.
But I was thinking about KD the Knicks, like, the Nets have a lot of cap space. And the Nets are going to make the playoffs. So wouldn't you rather go to the Nets?
Russell and KD, that'd be a good duo.
Yeah, and Jared Allen's good. I mean, wouldn't you rather go to the Nets?
Oh, yeah. If I was going to a team in New York, I'd pick the Nets in a heartbeat over the Knicks.
Plus, they have another max slot they can use. And if they don't use it on Russell, they can use it on, like, I don't know, Jimmy Butler or Kyrie, something like that.
Yeah.
I just feel like if I was KD, the Nets would look a lot more appealing than the Knicks.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Speaking of Kyrie, the Celtics are having some trouble.
jeez, I don't know what the problem
Did you
is.
see that? Was it Marcus Smart that said, we're not meshing well together, we're not connecting? And then Kyrie was like, no, that's just his opinion. And I was like, that's what that means, Kyrie. You saying that just confirms you guys are not on the same page.
I mean, I don't get the feeling that they don't like each other. I just get the
They're
feeling that
butting heads.
they don't know how to play with each other.
Yeah, they're just butting heads. I can see their practices being very heated. Like, just getting angry and frustrated all the time. Like, well, we should be better than this, guys. We should be a clear 1 seed in the East. Like, it shouldn't even be a contest between anyone.
I thought they were going to win, like, 60 games.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I mean, I thought they
before,
were
like,
going to...
Hayward hurt and everything, but it's like Hayward, Kyrie, like, Smart,
Tatum.
Like, I was like, that's an amazing roster.
Yeah.
That's a team that could even give the Warriors a fight for a little while. I mean...
It's their most talented team since that 08 team
Yeah,
that won the title.
No one at all. It's just sad to see him just, like, struggle so much. But, hey, say what you want, man. The East is fun to watch.
We were talking about this a couple of pods ago. The top 5 teams in the East are better than the top 5 teams in the West.
Yeah.
It's just that the West is a lot deeper.
Yeah, but it's going to be so much fun to watch Eastern Conference playoffs.
I think these playoffs are going to be great.
I might not watch. I mean, I say it now, but, like, who knows how much of the Western Conference Finals I'm actually going to watch. Like, I might watch the finals, but not the playoffs.
Yeah.
Of the
or
Western
even, like,
Conference.
Rockets Thunder or something.
Yeah. But, like, I might watch every game of the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Especially, like...
Because that's going to be competitive. I see every matchup being competitive.
Yes.
Like, I don't think there's an easy 4-0 in any of those matchups.
Especially when you get to, like, the second round.
Yeah. And maybe, like, the 1 of the 8 seed might be, like, a pretty clear...
Yeah.
Like
Bucks Hornets. I mean,
yeah.
Come on. But
yeah, second round and forward, like, those are going to be tough games. Those would be fun games to watch. Like, I think I see, like, a lot of Game 6, Game 7s coming out
definitely. I thought last year's playoffs were pretty good.
Yeah.
Other than the finals.
Until you get to the monstrosity of the Golden State Warriors.
But, like, I don't want to look back on last year too much, but both those conference finals went 7 games.
Yeah.
And it was, like, for 5 minutes, it was like, we're going to get Rockets Celtics. Or we're going to get at least one different team. But it just didn't
then
happen.
Fate slapped you in the face. Said, nope, not today.
But I agree with you. I think these, especially the East playoffs, they're going to be
fun.
entertaining as hell.
That'll be fun. Especially the Pacers, man. They've got a shot. Yeah, Victor's out, but
They're going to win their first round series.
Yeah.
I think. It's just a matter of who they play in the second round.
Yeah.
If they can get the Celtics in the second round and how the Celtics are playing right now,
just all over the place.
I don't know if we'd win, but
Got a
we
good
wouldn't.
chance.
We
It would
wouldn't
be
get
like a 4-0.
stomped. No.
Yeah, it'd be like a 4-2, 4-3 if we did lose. But
Yeah.
God, we were talking about it the other day, but it's like, God, could you imagine seeing the Pacers in at least the Eastern Conference Finals, but like the NBA Finals?
If they ever got to the NBA Finals, I would cry.
Like, we've never seen it, like, in our lifetime. Like,
Yeah, I mean, they've been there in our lifetime. I just don't remember it
yeah,
because that was in 2000. But
10 years ago, didn't really care too much about the Pacers.
yeah, dude, and let alone if they won. If they just got there, I would cry.
Yeah, like, it'd be such an amazing thing to see. Like, this city deserves it so much.
There's been some great Pacers teams that
Yeah, dude.
didn't win
The
anything.
fans have always been behind them.
Yeah.
It's a
Low
great-
key, top 5 fan base in the NBA.
Yeah, they love their team, and they would just deserve to see them get back there.
But like going back to if anybody can beat the Warriors. In the West, it's tough to say. I think OKC matches up pretty well.
Rockets could give them a run, maybe.
Rockets,
depending on how hard James Harden goes off.
Yeah. But that's about it in the West. I mean, the Nuggets are good, but I don't think they can hang with the Warriors.
No, that's just like a depth thing. Like, comes in like late in the game or Game 6 or Game 5. Like, they just got too many good players.
Because in the playoffs, you can't play all the guys you were playing in the regular season. You have to choose, like, all right, these are my 8 guys. I'm going to war with these guys.
Yeah.
And the Nuggets are deep, but you can't play 12 guys in the playoffs.
No.
You got to pick your 8 or your 9 and just roll with them.
Yeah, and if you're running into, like, putting in your 9th guy, you're probably not in the best of shape.
No.
So, I mean...
But in the East, I think the Bucks and the Raptors can...
Giannis is on a mission right now.
Yeah. And I just think people forget how good Kawhi is in the playoffs. He's a monster.
Like, yeah, he's not scoring, like, 40 points a game like Harden or something like that, but he's dominating on defense, like the thing that everyone overlooks in the NBA, they make fun of and people don't do, but, like, that's a guy that plays defense.
Yeah.
That's a guy that plays some defense.
Well, it was a little shorter show, but
short and sweet. Didn't want to harp again on the Oscars for another hour and a half, so just touch on it. Little NBA in there, little sports, mix it up a little bit. Some variety.
I'm gonna give the audience a little tidbit of John Jones. Play him the little thing. UFC 235 tomorrow. We're gonna go more in depth with that after it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah. So here's John Jones. John Jones' reaction to being told Daniel Cormier is ready to die to beat him. So just a little essence of John Jones.
I like to sit there on your high horse, but I'm telling you right now, this is my life, and I'm willing to die to beat you. Because as I've said many times, you don't deserve this. I will die to beat you on April 23rd.
All right. Be prepared to do that.
I just know how you bet against Johnny Bones Jones, man. I'm excited. If you're not a fan of UFC, check it out. It's so much fun. It is a wild sport to watch.
You and Ben got me into this, and I'm all in now.
Those are just athletes, man. That's the most pure sport. Back to the Romans and Greeks, man.
Yeah.
Just two men in a ring. No show, no flair, just beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah. All right, Brett, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. It was a good
episode.
time.